Good evening. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Excuse me. Mayor Gibbons.
Here.
Councilmember Zimmer.
Here.
Councilmember Jack Sadek.
Here.
Councilmember Litzo.
Here.
Councilmember McLean.
Here.
Councilmember Reinecker.
Here.
Councilmember Schaefer.
Here.
Thank you. We have no recognitions this evening or presentations, so we're going to move right into public comments. Have there been any public comments requests submitted?
Mayor and Council, there is one request for comment. Carolyn Mugg.
Good evening. My name is Caroline Mugg. I live on the 700 block of West Jewel, and there's new business, and number 3 was a petition I put together for our street. If you don't know West Jewel, it's a very busy cul-de-sac, which seems a bit contradictory, but we have Kaiser at one end and Kirkwood High School at the other. And in the 700 block, we have the Pioneer Path, which allows for access to the high school from our street, which is wonderful, but at times makes us an extension of the Kirkwood High School parking lot. From back to school nights, football games, teacher work service days, and many more events, we have a lot of cars that use our street to access the high school. And in our block right now, you can park on both sides, which can lead to a challenge for emergency vehicles to get to the homes if they need services. On April 10th, this happened to one of the homes at around 7 o'clock that evening. It was a Thursday. An ambulance had to park 4 houses up and take all their equipment, the gurney, everything down 4 houses to the home that called for support. So I put this together because I don't want any of my neighbors or myself not to have services from fire, medical, or anyone else when they need it if something does come up, because emergencies are unpredictable and unplanned, and the safety of our residents is the priority. So that is what really moved this to something I wanted to take action on for my neighbors and for the safety of everyone in the area. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor and Council, there's no additional requests for comment at this time.
Very good. Thank you. We'll move to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mayor. I'd like to remove the approval of the June 18th meeting.
Okay, to
Wherever.
the end of the meeting.
To the end of the meeting. So
Yes.
let's pull that out of there.
To the agenda. Very good. Thank you. Now, do we have to have a motion and second to pull it?
Nope, that
No.
was it. And then now
Okay.
I just, all in favor
Okay.
of the consent with item A removed.
Okay, yes, all in favor of the consent agenda with item A removed, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, that passes. We'll now move into unfinished business, Bill 11079.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance granting a special use permit for an accessory dwelling unit for the property addressed as 1319 Forest Avenue, subject to certain conditions.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mayor Gibbons.
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer.
Yes.
Councilmember Jack Sadek.
Yes.
Councilmember Litzo.
Yes.
Councilmember McLean.
Yes.
Councilmember Reinecker.
Yes.
Councilmember Schaefer.
Yes.
The bill passes final reading. Bill 11080.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance amending the provisions of the Municipal Code, Chapter 25, Zoning and Subdivision, related to floor area ratio regulations in Section 25-46.
Thank you. Is there any discussion or questions?
Just a comment to reiterate, this does not change lot coverage area. This is separate from that. So I know we've had residents concerned about the additional potential for lot coverage changes, and this does not impact that.
Else? Roll call, please.
Mayor Gibbons.
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer.
Yes.
Councilmember Jack Sadek,
Yes.
Councilmember Lizzo,
Yes.
Councilmember McLean,
Yes.
Councilmember Reinecker,
Yes.
Councilmember Schaefer.
Yes.
Thank you. The bill has passed. Bill 11081.
Council, this is an ordinance appropriating $8,995 from the Equitable Sharing Fund balance to the Police Department Machinery and Equipment account, accepting the single source quote of NITV Federal Services LLC in the amount of $8,995 for the purchase of computerized voice stress analyzer software for the police department and authorizing and directing the Director of Procurement to issue a purchase order.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mayor Gibbons.
Yes.
Councilmember Zimmer,
Yes.
Councilmember Jack Sadek,
Yes.
Councilmember Lizzo,
Yes.
Councilmember McLean,
Yes.
Councilmember Reinecker,
Yes.
Councilmember Schaefer.
Yes.
The bill has passed final reading. We'll now move into new business, Bill 11082.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance amending the provisions of the Municipal Code, Chapter 25, zoning and subdivision related to marijuana facility or medical marijuana facility regulations in Section 25-36U4.
Do I have a motion and a second to accept Bill 11082?
Motion.
Discussion.
I will just reiterate a few things I spoke at the public hearing. Again, this is a text amendment that will change potentially times for any and all cannabis operations in Kirkwood. The current applicant, our current ordinance is an 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday through Saturday ordinance. It's 91 hours of operation allowed under our current ordinance. The current facility on Manchester, when they came in, opted on their SUP to be a 9 to 9 Monday through Saturday and a 9 to 7 on Sunday, which was an 82-hour operation when they had the opportunity to do 91. This was presented for text amendment changes that really attempted to run it to an 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. hours of operation to 102 hours. And again, without maximizing operation under our current ordinances. So my recommendation is we not pass the text amendment. I understand, we could extend their SUP to our current ordinance, but even during Amy's presentation, when we're considering text amendment changes, recommendations and decisions on text amendment applications should be based on consideration of the following review criteria. And it states the proposed amendment will promote the public health, safety, convenience, and general welfare. So there's a lot of things that go into change in text amendments. And I think at this point, that hasn't, I'm not inclined to think that this is a needed text amendment change to our current code. I do think at this point, leave it as it is. And we can consider the SUP a little bit differently. I'm not sure I understand why, when they first opened up, they didn't kind of take full advantage of it, but this may be a good time to, on this
To
next
take full advantage.
to do it. So I'm not in favor of this. I would like to keep our current code the same.
And that's the way I'm thinking of that we should move forward with this as well. Any other comments or questions?
So what Tina is suggesting is that regardless how council votes on this one that we would just amend their SUP and have it specific to them.
It would be and specific to our code.
And I shouldn't probably
Our
have.
code currently reads.
I shouldn't probably have muddled the two.
Yeah.
So if we look at just this one, and then we can have additional discussions at the next one. Because, as I think about that one, I may have other things, but again, looking at the general change in our code across the board, I recommend we do not make any changes. And again, only having one facility in Kirkwood, right now, it's not gonna make a big difference going forward. We have a pretty strong code, and I just recommend we keep our general our code the same. Then we'll talk about the next one when it comes up. As they're tied together, it makes it
Yeah.
a
Right.
little bit.
Any more questions, comments, concerns?
Other than I'm fine with doing the text amendment and the follow-up to it. I don't see what they're requesting as really out of line with the general intent of, the text of our code or their SUP. It doesn't appear to me that they're asking for anything other than to be able to compete better with competitors in adjoining municipalities. I would hate to, you know, disapprove this or reject it, turn it down, and then that somehow negatively impact the outcome of 11083. Our code is so narrowly worded that there's very few places for additional dispensaries to come to Kirkwood. I think they have to be on a B3, no closer than 1,000 feet from a school or a church. They're, a lot stricter requirements than establishments that sell alcohol and unregulated THC, Delta 8 products, all of that. So,
You have more comments?
no,
Okay.
other than I really don't, I don't see that being, planning and zoning was okay with this. They refused to extend the drive-through hours. So, they didn't seem to have questions about adding an additional hour to this. So that's all.
Okay, anybody else? Yes.
I tend to
Councilmember
agree with
McLean.
Nancy on this one. I don't see it as a big issue, and especially in this case, these guys appear to be model citizens. They've no police issues, no residents are here speaking out against them. I don't see any issues with it for the same reasons Nancy.
Anyone else?
I don't think, there's two things here. We're changing the code on the first one. And then the other one, we're going to change the hours. So you could still extend the hours and still not change the code.
I think the overall concern is
Right.
permanent
Yeah.
for everybody.
Though it's very limited as far as the number of.
All right.
Councilmember Reiniger, just one point, which is that you can extend the hours, but only to the hours that are already permitted within the code, not beyond what's in the code.
Yeah.
So they would be limited, they would add 1 hour, I think it's from 9 AM to 8 AM that they could add, but you could not allow later.
And Sunday hours.
Right.
Tell me the hours then they can allowed now then.
Right now, the code, let's see.
It's
What-
8 AM to 9 PM, Sunday through Saturday. Their current hours are 9 to 9, Monday through Saturday, and 9 to 7 on Sunday. We could allow them to be 8 to 9, 8 to 9, 7 days a week.
Okay.
So it adds, but because their previous SUP, they only went for shortened hours,
All right.
even though the code allowed them more, we can get them to the code without changing the code.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Right. Are there any other questions or? Okay, all in favor of first reading approval of Bill 11082, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
The bill has failed. Bill 11083.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance granting an amendment to the special use permit for a marijuana facility, medical marijuana facility, and accessory drive-through facility at 10855 Manchester Road, subject to certain conditions.
Do I have a motion and a second to accept Bill 11083 for first
Motion.
reading? Approval?
Second.
Thank you. Questions?
So I will make a motion to amend this.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a motion to amend Bill 11083, Section 1, subsection 2, to change the hours of operation to 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. That's within our code.
Is there,
Second.
okay, second to the motion. Is there questions or comments about the motion?
I just want to clarify the time again for me, please.
It's 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, which 7 days a week,
Code,
our current code.
current code now. Yep.
I understand. I just didn't hear the first word.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What are they currently?
They are currently 9 to 9,
Page.
Monday,
Jeez.
to Saturday, and 9 to 7 on Sunday. So it gives them 8 o'clock to 9, it gives them 7 hours there and 2 hours on the back. Operation, whether they do it during that time frame or.
What's wrong with the 10 PM?
Not allowed in the
We
code.
just, we just
just-
turned it down.
You're talking about adding a condition to their special use permit, which we just discussed previously. Yeah.
So this one, they wanted to go if the other
I
one
get- I
passed.
get that.
I'm just moving them to the current code.
Any more questions or comments?
Sorry, I just don't see the sense in penalizing them the extra hour.
That's not
Till
what's on
10
the,
p.m.
that's not what's on the table right now, so.
Already done that.
Um, Okay. Anyone else? All right,
Make a motion on,
all in favor,
Favor,
all in favor of the motion, we got to vote on the motion first.
yeah. Mhm.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Okay. All in favor of first, so now we go to the bill. right?
So you can open up back for discussion on the amended bill now.
Okay. Discussion on the amended bill. Okay.
I'm in favor of the amended bill.
Okay.
I would prefer the 10 PM, but this is 9 PM. I'll call it a compromise for lack of better.
Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. All in favor of first reading approval as amended, please say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. The bill passes. Bill 11084.
Mayor and Council, this is an ordinance amending the Kirkwood Code of Ordinances, Chapter 14, Article 8, Section 14-393, Schedule C, no parking zones by adding no parking on the West Jewel Avenue, north side of the 500 and 600 block, and the north and west side of the 700 block, up to and including 757 West Jewel Avenue, and amending Chapter 14, Article 8, Section 14-394, Schedule D, limited parking, subsection O, no parking between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on any day that public schools are in session, to add West Jewel Avenue, south and east sides from 700 West Jewel Avenue to 754 West Jewel Avenue.
Do I have a motion and a second to accept Bill 11084?
Motion.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments?
I have one.
Councilman Reinfer.
Yeah, Mayor, in anticipation of additional information from the skit that's meeting in July, I think we should continue this until we get that information,
Okay,
You wanted to continue to July 17th?
July 17th.
okay. So then, that's a motion, second, thank you. Any discussion on that motion? All in favor, aye. Aye, opposed, nay. Okay, then we will continue this, to July 17th. And now we're moving to council reports.
Actually, we'll go back to
sorry.
consent agenda
Oh,
for
yes.
the minutes.
Yes.
So because we already approved the minutes, I think we don't need to do a motion in a second. I mean, we didn't approve the minutes, but we don't need a motion in a second for approval because I think we could just move right into Gina's.
Motion to,
Yes.
okay.
I moved these off of the consent agenda in asking that we get a little bit more information in there as it relates to the public hearing on the proper cannabis. You know, so I just wanted that to continue to the next meeting and give them a chance to, a little bit more information in those.
Okay, now do we vote on that?
Need a second on?
Second.
All in
Any
favor?
discussion on that?
Great idea.
Okay. Okay, all in favor, aye. Aye, opposed, nay. Okay, very good. That will be on the 17th then. Now we move into council reports. Are there any reports this evening? Administrative officer. Oh, sorry. Councilmember Reserve.
Thank you. Tomorrow is July 4th, the 249th anniversary of our independence. There will be a large celebration at Kirkwood City Park tomorrow evening, fireworks at sunset. We encourage you to attend. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have one.
Yes, Councilmember Schaefer.
I'd just like to compliment the fire department. We had I think, a semi-major fire this past 2 weeks ago, over on Geyer. They all showed up. We had 14 additional, units that came from other municipalities. I thought they did a great job, and very professional. So kudos to the fire department and first responders that showed up. That's
Thank
it.
Thank you, Councilmember Schaefer. Chief Administrative Officer report.
I have nothing to report at this time, Mayor.
Nothing to report.
Okay, all right. Seeing no further business.
City clerk report.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. This will be quick. The report of the July 2nd, 2025 meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission, the following action was taken after presentation by staff on a B2 mixed-use development plan for 300 North Kirkwood Road. A subcommittee was appointed. The subcommittee will meet on the property site on Thursday, July 17th at 9 a.m. That's all I have.
Very good, thank you. Seeing no further business, this meeting is now adjourned. The next regular meeting is scheduled for Thursday, July 17th, 2020.